Jake Bass, son of Jeff Bass, Eminem's longtime friend and producer, in a new interview with YouTuber MC Don't Stop, revealed how Eminem and Bass Brothers produced Eminem's popular Marshall Mathers LP song Kim.
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah,
a lot of people want to know about that.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, and there's not a lot about that online.
Yeah, that's a record my dad and uncle did. And fun fact, that was the first song I ever learned how to play on piano. With that song, that was done out in California, sort of around the time they were doing all the Slim Shady stuff and starting to put together the next record before they all moved back home to Detroit. And so that was a record that M had come in one day with, really, really bad attitude and pissed off and everything. And when he was working with my dad, he would always come into the studio with a mood. And obviously that mood was dark, angry, sad. My dad didn't know it was going to be twisted at the same time at the moment, but, he knew I want something that's fucking dark and scary. And so my dad would sit down at the keyboard, like, you like this? No. Try going darker. Okay, like this. Maybe deeper. Okay, like this. No, maybe a piano like this. And then my dad would just whip ideas out, and he started playing that piano lick, and that was it. Loop that. My uncle played drums on it, which was fucking awesome. Everyone thinks it's a sample. It's not. Everyone thinks it's a fucking Led Zeppelin sample. It's not. It's all real. And M did the vocals in one take. That entire session was 30 minutes. 30 minutes, yeah. They put that together quick, and it was like, oh my God. He painted an entire picture, and he put together a whole fucking movie in 6 minutes. And they knew it was something special. And working with my dad and uncle at that time especially, it had to be that way.
The Game, in a recent interview on Vault TV, talks about the reason behind him dissing Eminem.
Malice, it was more a hip hop thing. He was the top dog, and I tend to do that. Even on my last album with, throwing shots at Eminem and beefing with Eminem, it was just me being upset with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre can't out-rap me, so I just went at M, just because that's just how I get sometimes. But it's always competitive. It ain't like I'm gonna see M and be like, what's up now? You know what I'm saying? It's M. You know what I'm saying? And then M took his shots on a record that dropped. Yep. And M is a funny guy.
Well, but, you responded to Jay in the song "My Bitch."
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane, in a recent interview with Idea Generation, answers questions asked by Eminem about how he started rapping with multisyllabic rhymes.
Questions. The first one comes from Mr. Marshall Mathers, Eminem, who's curious, because you were doing it so early in your career when most rappers weren't. How did you know, or how did you learn how to do the multi-syllable flow? Like when you said, making sure every lyric's done fine, and I make one line, bright as sunshine.
Ilm asked me that question before. He's asked me that before. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's, it's the type of thing when you're running out of rhymes, you figure out a way to mash words together to keep the rhyme going on. The one I think that Eminem originally asked me about was Rap Prime Minister. Some say Sinister, non-stop in the groove until Winnister. Because he's pointing out, okay, Sinister, Minister, but it's like, okay, now what else rhymes with that? So, I just put, non-stop in the groove until when it's the, say it fast enough, when it's the, and it rhymes with sinister. I just run out of words, you create your own,
And when you did that, did you have any sense that this was an innovation that was pushing the entire genre?
In all honesty, I never paid attention to that until Eminem mentioned it to me a couple of years ago. I never paid attention to it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane says Eminem analytics about his old music surprised him during their conversation for Paragraph's I Manifest documentary.
And the craziest thing is, he told me stuff about myself that I never even thought about. Because I mean, you as an MC, you writing.
Yes.
But it's like, you're not sitting there thinking like, you know, I gotta add something that does this. I gotta add something. You just writing what comes to mind.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. And he pointed out stuff that I did, and I'm sitting there listening to him talk, and when I'm the whole time looking at him, but in my mind, I'm like, for real? I did that? Oh, shit. Now I'm sitting there, and then, like, you know, we finished. I had to, like, go back and listen to records from the mid-'80s, early 80s. Like, now there had to be someone that did this before me. Like, damn. Like, I never thought about that. Like, yeah, he said some deep stuff, man.